Karen's sneer could curdle milk, and her holiday finds were the talk of Maplewood Lane. By December, her reign as HOA president had turned festive joy into a bureaucratic nightmare. HOA Karen wasn't just any neighbor. At 300 pounds, with a perm that screamed 1980s and a voice like a foghorn, she waddled through our cul-de-sac like a queen inspecting her fiefdom. Her sisters, Linda and Barb, were her loyal minions, always trailing behind with clipboards, ready to jot down infractions. "Too many lights," she'd bark, or "Your wreath's 2 inches too wide." Nobody dared cross her. Last year, she'd fined old Mr. Jenkins $200 for a Santa inflatable she deemed tacky. He paid up, too frail to fight. But me? I wasn't about to let Karen ruin my Christmas. I'm Jake, a graphic designer with a knack for petty revenge and a love for holiday cheer. My house was my canvas strings of multicolored LEDs draped across the eaves, a glowing reindeer on the lawn, and a star atop my chimney that twinkled brighter than Karen's ego. The kids on the block loved it. They'd stop by after school, their faces lit up like the bulbs, snapping selfies with my display. But Karen? She saw my joy as a personal affront. It started with a knock on my door, December 3rd. Karen stood there, her floral muumuu straining at the seams, holding a citation like it was the 10 Commandments. "Your lights violate Code 47B, she said, her lips curling. "Too bright. Too many. $500 fine, payable by Friday." Linda and Barb flanked her, nodding like bobbleheads. I laughed, thinking it was a joke. "Karen, it's Christmas. Lighten up." Her eyes narrowed. "Pay, or we'll lean your house." The audacity hit me like a snowball to the face. I paid the fine, not because I wanted to, but because I needed time to plan. Karen thought she'd won, strutting back to her McMansion across the street, where her own lawn sat dark and lifeless, no decorations, just a sign that read, "Keep OFF grass." But I wasn't done. If she wanted to play Grinch, I'd be the ghost of Christmas comeuppance. The neighborhood whispered about her tyranny. Mrs. Lopez, who ran the community garden, told me Karen had once fined her for planting unauthorized petunias. Tim, the mailman, said she'd reported his truck for parking too long. Even the kids avoided her house on Halloween. She handed out toothbrushes. But nobody fought back. Fear of her HOA power kept everyone in line. I decided it was time to change that. My plan started small. I checked the HOA bylaws, every comma, every clause. Karen's fines were technically legal, but vague. Excessive illumination wasn't defined, which gave me wiggle room. I called my buddy Mike, who owned a billboard company downtown. "Got anything near Maplewood Lane?" I asked. He chuckled. "Funny you ask. There's one right across from that HOA lady's place. Prime spot." I grinned. "Book it for me. 2 weeks. Next, I rallied the neighbors. Mrs. Lopez donated her old Christmas lights. Tim offered his ladder. Even Mr. Jenkins, frail but feisty, chipped in $20 for supplies. We worked in secret, stringing up every bulb we could find. My house became a beacon, brighter than ever, with synchronized LEDs flashing to jingle bells. But the real masterpiece was the billboard. I designed it myself, a 20-foot wide image of Karen's face, mid-sneer, with the words, "HOA Karen says NO2JOY" in neon red. Below it, a montage of Maplewood's best holiday displays, captioned, "Celebrate anyway." The kicker? The billboard spotlight would shine directly into Karen's bedroom window every night, from dusk to dawn. December 15th, the billboard went live. I stood in my driveway, watching the glow light up the street. Neighbors gathered, gasping, then laughing. Kids cheered. Mrs. Lopez high-fived me. The billboard was blinding, its beam cutting through Karen's curtains like a laser. I heard her scream from across the street. "Jacob, what is this?" She stormed out in her nightgown, hair rollers bouncing, her sisters trailing like spooked cats. "You're in violation," she shrieked, jabbing a finger at me. I shrugged. "Billboard's not on HOA property. Check the bylaws." She called the cops. Officer Daniels, a guy I'd known since high school, showed up, trying not to laugh. "Jake, this is creative," he said, eyeing the billboard. "Karen demanded my arrest." It's harassment, she wailed. Daniels checked the permit. It's legal, he said. Nothing I can do. Karen's face turned purple. Linda whispered something about escalation. Barb just looked scared. The neighborhood came alive. People started decorating again, defying Karen's fines. Mrs. Lopez hung a giant wreath. Tim strung lights on his mail truck. Mr. Jenkins put up his Santa inflatable, bolder than ever. Karen issued more citations, but nobody paid. We'd found our spine. Social media caught wind someone posted the billboard on X, and it went viral. HOA Karen trended for 3 days. Strangers sent me lights, tinsel, even a life-sized nutcracker. My lawn was a holiday explosion, and Karen's power was crumbling. But she wasn't done. On December 20th, I woke to find my reindeer smashed, its wires cut. Karen denied it, but her smirk said otherwise. I didn't retaliate directly if that's what she wanted. Instead, I doubled down. I rented a second billboard, this one with a live feed of my house's lights, captioned, "Karen can't stop Christmas." The beam was even brighter, angled to hit her bedroom from a new angle. She stopped leaving her house. Her sisters quit the HOA board, citing stress. The neighborhood partied without her. Christmas Eve was the finale. We held a block party, lights blazing, hot cocoa flowing. Karen's house stayed dark, her curtains drawn. I almost felt bad almost. Then I remembered Mr. Jenkins' fine, Mrs. Lopez's petunias, the kids' disappointed faces. Karen had built her empire on control, not community. She'd fined us for joy, but joy won. The billboards came down after New Year's. The fine stopped. Karen resigned as HOA president, replaced by Mrs. Lopez, who promptly rewrote the bylaws. Last I heard, Karen was selling her house, muttering about ungrateful neighbors. I kept one string of lights up year-round, just to remind her, you can't dim Maplewood's spirit. The end.